It's Thursday the 12th of December 2019. I'm going to give you a technical analysis breakdown of some US and UK stocks. Let's get straight into it. Hi guys, it's Enny, aka the Noctrader, your friendly neighborhood swing trader, back again with another video. Remember to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that alert button to get alerts on all my latest videos. I've got Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at the Noctrader on all social media platforms. And if you check that description section below, you'll see a link for my mailing list. I've also got a brand new ebook out now. Check the description section below to download it. All you need to do is give your email and you can get that ebook free of charge. And also join my Pip Talk chat room called Pip Talk. Messed that one up, but I'm leaving it in. I've got a chat room called Pip Talk. Link to that is in the description section below. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so today is election day in the UK. Is it going to be Corbyn? Is it going to be Bojo? Who is it going to be? Who cares? I don't care at the end of the day. But well, actually I do care, but I'm not talking politics on this channel. Right now I'm just going to look through some stocks that I've liked. I told myself I wasn't going to trade anymore this month because it's been crazy this month. As you can see here on the DAX and all the other major indices, the market's just been up and down. Look at the Dow Jones, it's just been up and down. It's been moving crazy, and that's primarily because Trump, actually let me rewind that back. Trump tweeted today that trade deals are back on, and that's why the market has rallied up. So these conditions are not conducive with the swing trader, which is why I've kind of washed my hands of a lot of stocks, because every time I think I know what's going to happen, some sort of tweet from Trump or some sort of press secretary from China will say the trade deal is on, the trade deal is off, it's on, it's off, on, whatever, and it's just crazy. The market's just reacting just to the news. So it's really been hard to really be a technical analysis swing trader right now in the market. Once this trade deal is finalized, well, at least phase one is, then we can actually start seeing some sort of normality, or as much as normality there can be in the markets. But with that being said, we must move on. I said I wasn't going to trade no more this month, but I found one good trade. But before I talk about that trade, let me just look at some other stocks. Actually, scrap that. We're just going to go straight for that one trade. The one trade that I've entered is Groupon. Is Groupon here? It's not even here. Let me put it in my watch list. So the one trade I've entered is Groupon. So you're probably wondering, why did I enter Groupon? I've entered a short position on Groupon. Well, let's go to the weekly chart first of all. So on the weekly chart, you can see here that there's some sort of falling wedge pattern that's formed. Let me make this a little bit thicker so you can see it better. Once again, you can see it's a falling wedge, just ricochet up and there, up and down, up and down. So from this point, we're at like a point where it could have done one or two things. It could potentially break out here to the upside, or it could sell off here to the downside. Now I think it's selling off to the downside, and I'll tell you why. You can't really tell from just this chart alone, but as we know, falling wedges, if they're coming in from the bottom, they can ricochet up and down, and they sell off here. I've actually made a video about falling wedges. Check that out if you want to know more about how to trade falling wedges profitably. But yeah, if you go into the 4-hour chart, let me go straight into the 4-hour chart. Forget the daily chart. Now what I see here is kind of like, you can call it a triangle pattern, or you can call it a bearish pennant. I'm going to call it a bearish pennant. So what I see here is that price was here, it sold off, and then it kind of ebbed and flowed, or it kind of made horizontal highs and higher lows up until this point. Now here it's broken out to the downside of this line here, and I set an alert on that line, and lo and behold, it's broken that line. Now what I think is going to happen here is potentially it probably will retrace back to this line and then sell off some more. So let me just delete some of these lines just for clarity. So my thesis right now is that price has gone down. It could probably retrace back up, and then it's going to sell off all the way down to this support line of the wedge pattern. Now I could do that, or it could just straight up sell off, but that's what I think is going to happen with Groupon. If you look at the weekly chart, if we go back to the weekly chart, as we can see, Groupon hasn't really done that well over it's pretty much this lifespan as a publicly traded company. It started off really high, and it's just been been selling off for the last X amount of years. What's that? Since 2012, it hasn't really been doing well. Now, but we're not here for the fundamentals. What I'm seeing here is that it actually kind of resembles the pennant pattern. And if you watch my last video, I spoke about bullish and bearish pennants and how you can profitably trade them. So what I like about this chart is that there's a bigger pattern that is following, which is the wedge pattern on the daily charts, and then within that pattern there's this another pattern that kind of corroborates the fact that it could be a short. So right now, just based off the wedge pattern, I wouldn't really know whether it was going to be a breakout or if it's going to be a sell-off, but because I can see like a pennant pattern forming, so bearish pennant pattern forming here, that's what's really giving me the confidence to think that, okay, maybe this is going to break out to the downside and sell off to the support line, because then it could potentially just look like it'll sell to the support line and then it could probably climb up to potentially break out this time, because it doesn't necessarily need to break out here. It could break out, go to the downside, sell off to the support line, then break out here. But I don't care about this breakout right now. All I care about is capitalizing off of this move to the downside and taking my profits around here. So what I've done is that I've set my stop loss at about £200, minus £200. So I've put £10 per pip, and then I can expect maybe over the next week, 2 weeks, that it should sell off. I don't expect it to do this because I'm assuming this sell-off was due to either earnings or it was just really bad, but I don't expect it to gap down over one night and sell off to the support line. If it does, I'll be happy. That's quick money, but I don't expect it to do that. So I expect a week or two, so maybe all into Christmas, I expect it to take some time to sell off. I can draw this ruler tool to show you kind of how long I take it. So yeah, it could potentially be into January, to be honest. Yeah, so but it's no rush. Profit is profit at the end of the day. That's what I say. So yeah, that's the trade I'm looking for. There's not many other trades that I'm really looking at right now, just because of the state of the market. This one, it will probably go against the first traffic if it does sell off, but I'm pretty confident, and my stop loss is a decent amount that I'm willing to lose. £200, I'm ready to lose that. That's all right, to potentially make a good £600. So that is why I'm shorting Groupon. And actually, before I go, I had a couple people that copied my trades on British Land, and whoever copied my British Land trade, I hope you've gotten out already, but well done to you, because I've chickened out and I didn't realize the profits that I could have made, because I entered around here. Remember, I said I entered around here on the hope that I was going to climb all the way up here. It sold off a little bit, and then I got cold feet and I saw that in my position. But I know there was a couple of you, because some people messaged me on Instagram saying that they'd followed this trade. So if you followed it and you held your position through the pain, you would have made a nice little profit up to here. But now I think it's a good time to... I don't think it's a good time to sell off, actually, because it might take another move to the up. If you sold out your position, then you made a little bit of profit, but I think it could make another climb up here. But I would have sold out around here, because that would have been a decent amount of profit, but I didn't. I actually made a small loss, so it's one of those things. But if you did, well done, because the strategy was sound, the technical analysis was sound. It's just now about controlling your nerves for when price ebbs and flows. But yeah, well done to anyone who made this trade. And yes, Any, aka the Noctrader, signing out.